What's happening over there? How are you?
I woke up this morning just with this strong desire to speak in a really bad Irish accent. So I did that for quite a few hours, actually. Just talking to myself.
Give me a little taste.
Well, you know, it's been a full day now. Let me see if I can get back into it. Right, so I woke up and I talked to myself. Why don't I talk in an Irish accent, you know? Since, it's not as good as it was this morning. It's much, much better. I'll send you the voice memo I made. Because I was like, hey, this is a pretty good Irish accent for being so bad. What's going on over there with you?
Just getting settled in over at the studio. Yeah.
That sounds like the crock.
Relaxing.
Sounds like lovely jubbly. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing now.
You've gone British.
I've gone British, Irish, maybe Jamaican? I'm not sure. On that note, why don't we roll that beautiful twin footage?
Roll it.
What do they do? Those terrible two. When they get together, the vibe is always better. Oh, here they come again. Making that good, the glitter twins.
Yeah, so Krystle, we had a great first Glitter Twins talk about When I Look Back, and I wanted to see if we could talk about Truly Great Thing, the song on extended play today. How do you feel about that?
I feel like that's exactly what I want to talk about. Yes, please.
Nice. There's one kind of catch, though, that I kind of feel like I can't do this little Glitter Twins talk justice without one of the members of the faculty being present, a Mr. Mike Riddleberger. Would that be okay? Can we call him?
Absolutely.
Let me get him on. Let's see. Hey, Mike, are you there?
Yeah. Is this the Glitter Twins?
Riddle!
This is them.
What a wonderful call to receive.
Nice.
How's it going over there?
Good, just sitting on my couch, drinking some tea.
Right on.
So, Krystle, where did the idea of recording Truly Great Thing by Sebadoh come from?
Riddle, told me to check out that Kate Davis album, which I did, and I fucking fell in love with it, and I'm still in love with it.
Yeah.
And you know how
Which Mike played on.
Yes, exactly. And you guys know how I get when I get obsessed with things. And
Yeah,
I
of
sent
course.
a text to Riddle, and I said, it's actually really reminding me of this tune from Sebadoh.
Oh, that's right.
And maybe it was the tune Rabbits, I'm not sure, or Ribbits.
Yeah, rabbits.
Nothing lasts forever, you can't ever hold on too tight.
And I sent you the tune, and you said, I'm not really hearing that, but cool song. And I said, hey, what do you think about us actually recording this? Why don't we cover it? And you said, yeah. So that's how it started rolling. It was all influenced
That's so
by
funny.
listening to Kate Davis and kind of getting in that headspace.
So you had asked...
Just sort of that indie rock.
Exactly.
I mean, Kate is obviously super influenced, especially that album. I mean, she was deep in Pavement and I'm sure Sebadoh at some point. But I didn't remember that text exchange. That's incredible.
Oh, it was completely... If you had said, because I did say, what do you think about it? Us covering that. If you'd been like, yeah, I'm not so hot on that. We wouldn't have. Honestly.
But you were talking about covering the song Rabbits?
No, about covering
No.
the tune from Sebadoh. Truly Great Thing.
I see.
It was one of those, like, hey, this the song of hers reminds me of this. What do you think? Also, hey, should we?
Make it easy and I'll hold it against you. I'm on a string dangling right in front of you. Make it hard and I'll run away. Keep tomorrow as I kill today.
I remember remember we were like gonna try to figure out how to do it. It's me, you, and Riddleberger in the live room here, and I don't know if you had a guitar. Maybe I was like trying to play the chords on the piano while Mike was figuring it out, and we were trying. Pretty soon on, we were like trying to run it, like just as a like let's run through and see how it goes, and we were on different beats of the song. Like we were on vastly different interpretations.
Stop it. You're throwing me off. I have to start it. I have to start it again.
Wait, Krystle.
Uh-huh.
Are you putting the click on 2 and 4? Are you gonna displace the vocal?
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay.
Am I doing that? Well, where should I be? Can you sing it after you count it? Like a country thing?
That's how they feel it.
Huh.
You didn't realize that. Oh, that's why you're coming up with such cool shit.
Everything's on the upbeat. You know, there's like a downbeat, but the guitar's junk, 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 junk. And,
Yes.
but if, you know, it's all, you could imagine it, those being downbeats and the melody being at a different part in the rhythm. You know, that's the cool thing about music. It's wherever you want to let your brain tap into it. It is right, you know?
Yeah,
it could
totally.
be, anything could be right.
Yeah.
For me, it's
But if
that
you-
floor tom. You know, it's that super out of tune floor tom. That's where where I always counted it. You know. So the idea
Yeah.
that someone else could hear that tune, you know, and
A different way.
was like, whoa. And I remember, you know, Pat was in town. It's the same, you know, Patty Tim Tom that reminded me, you love this song. Was in town while we were tracking it. And so, you know, we were asking everybody by that point, where do you hear it? Where are you counting it? Huh? And he was like, well, here. So I was the odd man out, you know. Everyone else was like, nope, it's here. But for me, it just feels like natural. Boom. Da, boom. Da. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Mike, what were you going to say?
I think that's so explains so much about you, Krystle. I feel like this could be like a study in Krystle and the way you hear music, because it's so cool. The way you heard it was 100 times more interesting than the way everyone else is hearing it. And even the funny thing is, when I did listen to the cover, I listened to the original at some point, and he counts 1, 2. You know, there's a count.
Oh, wow, no, I've never noticed that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, Krystle somehow just like blocked that out her entire life, which is awesome.
Then came the question of, well, who's, Mike has his version of where the one is, and Krystle, you have your version of where the one is. So it's like, which one am I gonna play? And kind of like, funny enough, looking back, the solution was like, I'm gonna be the peacemaker and do. We're gonna start off with Krystle's interpretation, the chorus. I go back to Mike's interpretation, and it creates this like kind of fluid interpretation of where the one is.
I mean, technically, what's happening is the downbeat is on 1, and then the downbeat's on the and of 1. So it's shifting the downbeat back and forth in eighth note.
You know, it's all these like kind of mind fucks rhythmically, and I was like, well, what would center it more than, while all that mind fucks going on, a, you know, walking bass line to cement where the one, you know, really is, with all the kind of weird rhythmic feeling that we've created, that we've been talking about. I think it added a new context to that, which they were kind of hinting at with the original too, but there's a certain type of unease, you know, going on over this song about love. I'm curious your thoughts on that, Krystle.
Oh, I definitely think that our version is the more optimistic.
It's really, it's asking these questions, but it's taking the time to mull them over. As far as, its take on love, I think that that's the truest of all, you know. Before taking that leap, there are these questions.
Yeah, I think there's something very tender and true and honest, and yes, misinterpreted.
But nonetheless, I think it's really, really special. That was such a scenic route.
I'm very sorry.
No,
The brain just kind of...
It flits
It
about.
was good. You're the one who has to edit it at some point.